The pressure gauge. A point, commonly the site of leaks, is the connection between the high-pressure hose and the pressure gauge. Inside the hose coupling, there is a revolving pivot with two small O-rings. Oxidization and other deposits may gradually wear down the O-rings and cause a leak. The leak is usually very small in the beginning, but it can quickly get worse and there is the risk of having to interrupt a dive. Obviously, the only solution is to take the instrument to a specialized center for repair. Careful rinsing, using it correctly and having it checked annually by a professional technician prevent this problem. A second malfunction involving the use of a submersible pressure gauge, although unlikely, is a breakage in the high-pressure hose. The most common point where it is likely to break is near the metallic terminal. A hose protector will help prevent this, but remember to move the hose protector every time you rinse the regulator, so the exposed area can dry completely and you can check that the hose is not worn. To avoid damage, hoses must not be put to improper use or bent excessively for a long time. During the dive, the pressure gauge must be firmly attached to the diver using the various types of hose retainers. A dangling pressure gauge can easily get wedged between rocks on the seabed, and pulling on it will cause damage to the instrument as well as the delicate marine life. Finally, a dangling pressure gauge is dangerous as it could also get caught as you are getting into the water. If the high-pressure hose breaks during a dive, you must surface. Your dive buddy should be ready to make an emergency air-sharing ascent. There are diving computers on the market that also give you a reading of the pressure in the cylinder. Some use a hose, like that used for a traditional pressure gauge, while others work using radio waves sent by a transmitter connected to the first stage of the regulator. Integrated pressure gauges are now precise and reliable. The only defect is that in the event that the computer fails, you no longer know how much air there is in your cylinder. When using a pressure gauge, it is necessary to make sure it is accurate. With the cylinder still closed, check that the needle is really in the off position. If this is not so, the pressure gauge may not be calibrated correctly and the reading is therefore unreliable. Check the reading periodically with cylinders at various pressures and compare them with those of a pressure gauge known to be accurate.